We are marching to Zion, marching to Zion, and praise His name forevermore. Oh, come, let us sing our joyful song, and praise His name forevermore. Oh, come, let us sing our joyful song, and praise His name. We are marching. We're marching. And praise His name forevermore.
Thank you. Are you ready for the item? Singers, are you ready there? To give you time for one item.
Empini sotini, empini soti, umasinge nawe. Siti empini sotini, empini soti, umasinge nawe. Umasinge nawe. Siti malusi nombusi, malusi nombusi, kube ngendlela. Show wasa. Siti malusi nombusi, yewe malusi nombusi, kube ngendlela. Kelundemba tenkosi, wasa. Kelundemba tenkosi, kelundemba tenkosi, kelundemba tenkosi. Titi noma kwenyuka, kulama tunza mnyama. Show. Titi noma kwenyuka, asam kulama tunza mnyama. Kelunde tenkosi, asam kelundemba tenkosi. Show. Kelundemba tenkosi, kelundemba tenkosi. Titi noma kwenyuka, kulama tunza mnyama. Titi noma kwenyuka, kulama tunza mnyama. Alilisele kelundemba tenkosi. Show. Kelundemba tenkosi, kelundemba tenkosi. Show. Kelundemba tenkosi, kelundemba nguamna. Yebudemba tenkosi, kelundemba tenkosi. Nakwehla kwenyuke lundemba te. Titi noma kwenyuka, show. Kulama tunza mnyama. Titi noma kwenyuka, kulama tunza mnyama. Kelundemba tenkosi, kelundemba tenkosi, kelundemba tenkosi, kelundemba tenkosi. Siti noma kwenyuka, kulama tunza mnyama. Noma kuyenyukela, kulama tunza mnyama. Kelundemba tenkosi, kelundemba tenkosi. Nkosi. Elunembathe Nkosi. Tithi noma kuyenyuka kulamathunzi amnyama. Tithi noma kuyenyuka kulamathunzi amnyama. Simbathe Nkosi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Noba kuyenyuka amathunzi amnyama sizakwambatha uJesu. Okay, masingayi kulanda. Now, thank you very much for the item. Thank you very much to the singers. And let us now go to the purpose of the day. By the way, I've said I'm introducing one thing at a time. When you see that camera, you must know that this will be in a YouTube. Whatever you say it here, we're still going to listen you again when we go to YouTube. When we sit at our homes, we're going to listen. Whatever is said here, it will be on YouTube. We are going to give you the name, how to link to YouTube, but for the now, I'm just introducing that. Seeing that camera, whatever is there will be on YouTube. Whatever we do today, it will be on YouTube. Hence, we got big people inside us. When you got NetBank here, we got the very big money. The money is here. The money came to us. We didn't go to the money now. Today, money came to us. It's up to us that we leave the money while it's here. We're not taking the money. It is up to us. So we need to take the money while the money is here. Purpose of the day, or purpose of the launch, let us please help me by welcoming our chairperson on the podium, Otata Umiste, the only S in the association, Ndade Stali, Honorable Stali. Can we clap our hands because clap until yeah. Thank you. What? Please, let's do this. Please, let's do this. Let us now adopt it as when a person is coming, let us clap our hands up until he say thank you on the podium. We're not saying yet.
Kupasalo abamaziyo abazange bambo sithi abazange bambo sithi kupasalona sho abamaziyo abazange bambo kupasalona abamaziyo abazange bambo 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 abazange bambo.
Thank you very much, Program Director, my Deputy Chairperson. I want to start by greeting the leaders of the associations who are here with us today. The leadership of KAPUF, the leadership of SAFPA, the leadership of Western Cape Muslim Forum, and those that have been invited who could not make it today. I also want to greet our guest from Nedbank, from SIDFA. We are still expecting someone from Home Affairs. If they don't pitch up, I'm sure the leadership will understand as to why, but I will explain. Then our guest is arriving at 12:30. I'm only requested just to give a short brief about the launch. Those who have been with me for the past 4 years, when I'm saying those who have been with me, I'm referring to Kapuf, I'm referring to Western Cape Muslim Forum. They will understand the purpose of this launch. Yes, for now, it is a name under one organization, which is PASA. But these associations, they will fully understand, because we have been in this road together for the past 4 years, trying to build something like this. Now, this is a start. PASA is just a start, and the others that I've just mentioned, they will follow. But the reason behind this whole thing is that we have met and discussed the challenges that are faced by the associations in the funeral industry. And we've came to a conclusion as to say, one of the major problems is the fragmentation and the division amongst ourselves. Another major problem is the dignity of the association, which is lost in the industry. People these days, they don't want to hear anything about the association, which is a very confusing thing. Because if you go to government, they say we can only deal and work with you only if you come as a unity. There is no way that today we can talk to PASA, tomorrow we talk to Kapuf, and the other day we talk to that other one. So we felt that there is a need for us to build our organizations, but at the end, we must find an umbrella that will accommodate all of us. That is why, number one, we have felt that in this launch, we must invite this organization to come with their members as much as they can. Because we felt that some of us were still not too sure whether we are ready to provide the platform to Mr. Van Heerden to come and address the membership of PASA. But there is a need for that. Because one of the challenges that we have got in the industry is that we tend to undermine ourselves. There is a very big competition that is happening among ourselves as undertakers. And that is pulling us down. And that makes us to be undermined by even those people that were supposed to be making business with us. Now we felt that let's have this launch and be able to pass the message. Now, in the program, these organizations are accommodated there. So what I'm saying here, you are also going to hear it from them. It's not an easy task. It's a very huge task. Because outside there are still too many of us who are unorganized. Even though things are changing a bit, but people are very slow in terms of catching up with that speed. Now some of the things, some of the entities that are invited here today, it's not because of them favoring PASA, but it's because of engagement with these institutions by these organizations that I've mentioned. They've been engaging them on a number of occasions, but one of the main things is to have our associations recognized by these organizations, especially the government institutions. Because the reason why we are struggling as the poor companies in the industry, because we've got two types of companies here. We've got the rich and the poor. We've got those that are calling themselves the big ones, and we have got those that are being called fly-by-nights. We might be having the majority of fly-by-nights here in this room, and in many occasions, we are always pushed back. We are always pushed back. Now, this launch is for us to be recognized as these organizations. As much as I'm still having this position in my organization and being recognized by this association, we'll make sure that all of them, they are going to be launched as this one, so that our names as associations can be on the map. Now, some of the benefits that you are now getting is because of that engagement. But the challenge that we are experiencing is that when our members are expected to come and listen to what we are doing outside there, they are nowhere to be found. Because why? There is this element of undermining the leadership. Now, whoever has came with this idea, who has opened the door for us to be undertakers, I think he made a very big mistake. Because the only thing that he told us in this industry that we can do is to bury the person. That's all. And that's what we are doing. We only think about that dead body. Now, if we were to say, come to the town, Mowbray Town Hall, there is this hall is full of bodies that are dead. You can come and get your one. This hall will be full. This hall will be full. But if you talk about something else, now funeral is not just about the dead bodies. There are many things that you can do which we ignore. And here we've got speakers who are going to talk to you about that. Now, we don't want only this leadership and the members of PASA to benefit out of that, because what we've been doing as PASA is coming out from these organizations. So now they must see that what they've been doing, it can be implemented. One of the other reasons that we have felt that we need to have this launch, it's because we can't even recognize ourselves. We are creating a platform so that we can be able to talk about the challenges that we are going through. I've been saying to all of us that you are calling yourself directors, and you are calling yourself business people, and you are running our business by a phone. Now, if you are sitting here, your business is here, everything is here, because you are running it alone. And when you die, there's no more business in that house, in that family. And that is not on. That is not what we are supposed to be doing. Now, the associations are supposed to be teaching us that. You know, we need to take it out, that thing that a funeral parlor is a one-man or one-lady's business. It must be a business. Now, a business at least start from having employees, having an office. At least those are very important things. An office where you can be found, not on a phone. Because here the MC said the phones must be closed. It means that you were saying that they must close their business. No business. Now you will always find them that they are having excuses that I can't come to a meeting because I've got a funeral. But you go to the graveyard, none of them are there. So we need to change from that attitude. Now, all I'm trying to say, I'm not going to be long. I'm coming back again in terms of other issues as per the directive of the MC. But we need to find a way of reaching our communities, because that platform is being taken away from us whilst we are still fighting amongst ourselves. Just take one thing, a policy. A policy is being sold everywhere. You go to ShopRite, they are selling policy. You go to teams, clubs, they are selling policy. Everywhere. You go to Ackermans, you go to Capitec, you go to everywhere. Everyone is selling a policy. Now that is taking business away from us because we are wasting time competing amongst ourselves. And when we are being called to forums like this, we get bored. We just want to run away and disappear. But this is where you're supposed to be getting all the knowledge in terms of growing up your business. So with those few words, Chairperson, the purpose of this thing is to fight for a recognition for association, is to pave a way for all the other associations so that they know that outside there are people who are still unorganized. And if we can work together, we can be able to achieve that. But more importantly is to make sure that we are being seen as united, and I can say united as black entrepreneurs in the funeral industry. Because people can just do whatever they want to do with us because they know that we are not a one block. We are divided institutions. In the Western Cape, where the registered undertakers, it's plus minus 800. I'm talking about the registered. And there are those who are more than 800 who are not registered. And you will find them outside there. And trying to find a way of getting everybody in the same book. They might not come to PASA, but there are other associations that are there. Now, we also want to come up with a new agenda, because we have been joining these associations, and then there's nothing that we are able to benefit out of being a member of the associations. But now we want to get together and develop that new agenda that is going to benefit us and going to capacitate us as business people. So that is the purpose of us getting together here. So with those few words, Chairperson, thank you very much for this opportunity. I hope I will get another chance to say more in terms of your agenda. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Thank you very much. One item, please. One item, please. You must be ready when you work with me.
yena niyongena Noah nesizukulwana sakho.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, Chairperson, for the purpose. I think we all have two major purposes of being here. It's a recognition and uniting. Those are the two major purposes. We are here for the recognition and we are here for the uniting. We unite all the undertakers, all the associations of the undertakers that are in Western Cape, so that we can be recognized much more better by the government. You are the only person here that we're talking about is government. So for us to be recognized by the government, we have to be united. If we are not united, we are scattered, then we're not going to be recognized by the government. Even if the money is there, Nedbank will say, no, we don't have money. So let us be united from now. Going forward, we are going to be united. The one thing that is big and good is to have the name of umbrella of saying, let us go to Western Cape as one. Let us go to government as one. That is the most important thing. Let me now help me now to invite Mama our SG, Mama Paulina Vani, to come and do a introduction of PASA. Introduction of PASA by Mama Paulina Vani, the Secretary General of PASA. Let us welcome her.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pauline. I am Mrs. Vani. I am the secretary of PASA, Western Cape. I don't know why you keep on forgetting that we are in the Western Cape. We still want to launch the other branches. I am the secretary of PASA, Western Cape. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. I am honored and privileged today to introduce PASA and who PASA is, because I am sure that nobody really knows PASA in reality of it being introduced to you. PASA is an organization that was established in 2019. It was established in the Eastern Cape, and it went through a lot as from its establishment up until it came to the Western Cape. It came to the Western Cape in 2024, which we, as PASA Western Cape, joined in. There is a lot that has happened in PASA, and I am sure most of the organizations that are here, they know the story, but they do not know exactly the history behind that story that has brought us and made us who we are today and be strong as who we are. The reason for us to have PASA Western Cape was for us to be able to unite the funeral industry. to be able to sit on the table with the stakeholders, to be able to have conversations with government, conversations that affects us as the funeral industry. I have been asked to introduce PASA, but to a little bit go in and tell you about the challenges that we are having as the funeral industry, as business people. Before we go and get the body, we start by putting a mind in our heads that we are business people. When you walk into that family, you walk as a business person. You work as a person that knows that I'm running a business. I have other administrative things that I need to do in my business. That is before the body Mr. Staley was talking about. There is business. So there is a person that is running a business within all of us. The reason why we started this organization, or the reason why we joined in this organization, we saw this. There was a lack of understanding in business management within the funeral industry. When we are talking about business management, it's quite a broader thing. Because when you are managing your business, or when you are running your business, there is so many things that needs to be done within the business. We saw that there was lack of collaboration. As much as we are saying we are business people, but we still cannot collaborate. We still work in our own corners. If you are not in your corner and you want to be out there, nobody is willing or able to help you or give you information or give you an idea of what is happening, not unless you go and beg. Because some of other people, they have to go and beg for information to get. So we're trying to build that we must have a strategy when we do things, that people can have access to collaborate with other people. We've also saw that there is insufficient understanding about roles government has to play, or about roles government plays within the industry. We've seen that as this event is going on or is progressing, you will get to understand why we are talking about these gaps or this insufficient understanding between us, the funeral industry, and government. Because there are things that we do not know and do not understand how they should work. I'll give you a slight example. I have started a business in 2019. And I've worked in 2019 without being registered, fully registered. And I started understanding the fully registration of a business, more especially of a funeral industry, when I got to be around people in this industry. Because they got to give me the information that I needed. And one of those things is that I am sure we are sitting with people who have businesses that they are running, but they don't even understand what a tax clearance or tax certificate is. They don't even know that you have to comply for your CIPC. The only thing you know is that I have a document that's saying I am Vani Funerals, and this document is what will speak for me. And the unfortunate part, when we go to government, it doesn't say anything about you. It keeps quiet. Your document keeps quiet. And the painful part is that there will be doors that won't open, and there will be seats that you cannot sit in because you are not a business person in South Africa according to the South African laws and the bylaws, because we have that. We also try by all means to see that there is no limited access to resources. That's what we do as PASA. By saying limited resources, we understand that all of us as the funeral industries, as the funeral industry practitioners don't have everything. We are trying by all means, when we are bringing people together like this as PASA in one body or under one umbrella, we are trying by all means to have resources. It's either we're going to share the resources, but you know that I am able to wake up every day and go and work because there is resources. We are building we are building a industry, or we are building an organization that would give us access to the things that we never knew that we would get. The key points that I want to talk about today, or that I want to point, because I'm just going to point. I don't want to take much of your time, Mr. Chairperson. Our key point is that we want to make sure that there is capacity building within PASA. We want to build a PASA that is knowledgeable, a PASA that has mentorship programs, a PASA that has workshops, that has trainings. That is what we are doing. It's not something that we are going to do after this launch. It is something that we have started doing the day we said we are PASA. We stand and advocate and represent the funeral industry, because I wouldn't say we are representing just PASA. When we go to those meetings, we don't represent just PASA. We represent everyone in the funeral industry. We're building government relationships. We are putting the industry, the funeral industry and government together to build relationships. We support our members. We have benefits that supports our members. We have network opportunities as well. This is one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, launching PASA is a network opportunity on its own. Because when you are sitting there, as soon as we are saying it's break time, you will be speaking to someone that you have never spoken with before. You have spoken with that person on a WhatsApp group, but you have never met that person in person. Does anyone know Mr. Blakey and Blakey Funerals? We have Blakey and Blakey Funerals from PE. You can go and that is what I'm trying to say, is that we are going to network. We are sitting with the day. It's stuff that you don't get to see or get to do every day. We are building strategic partnerships. We are not just partnershiping with government. We are partnershiping, or we do partnerships with private institutions as well. We have Nedbank in the room. That is a private institution. Those are the collaborations that we are doing. Those are things that has to bring business people together. You have to understand and you have to know that business is not just about you. It is about the entire community. It is a community. When you want to work and when you want to be sustained for generations, you have to be in a community. That is one thing that we cannot run away from. We do administrative assistance with PASA, within PASA. Our members, they know it's a knock at the door and then you get assisted. That's what we do. We do resource mobilization. We are people, we've built a community that help each other. We build that community that help each other, that is able to say, I need ABCD, and someone would jump. You won't have to go and ask, Obama Pule, do you have this? Spanbani, do you have this? You go in a group and you ask, and someone would jump and say, I'm coming, I'm going to help you. I'm coming, I'm going to do this. I will do this, I will help here. We have that. I think it's that sense of Ubuntu in South Africa. Vital role in our communities. Amongst everything, we go to families when they have deaths. And we tend to be counselors. You see yourself as a psychologist, something that you have never studied for, but you become a psychologist in that family. You see yourself as a pastor, to be comforted. That's the funeral industry. That's who we are. We believe in building the funeral industry, that we invite all funeral stakeholders, government representatives, partners, alongside to build the industry in unity and in power, and the future to focus on the business, on people. Together we can stand our funeral industry in South Africa. We are PASA. We are those people. That is who we are, that is what we do. I said I am Pauline Valley. I am available all day, and it's golden. It's golden in my organization to be available all day. I am available all day today. Let's take off our jackets. Let's know that this is home. We're gonna do these things together. We're gonna love each other together, and we're gonna believe in the funeral industry together. Thank you very much.
Now we know we're here, and unfortunately, or let me say fortunately, I don't like this unfortunately. Thank you very much, Mamovani, just for welcoming Mama Susan Bryce with warm hands, please. City of Cape Town is in the house. This is the one part. What I'll do, I'll give maybe, if there are hands, only 5. After Mama Susan has spoken, we'll take only 5 hands.
Thank you so much. I'm glad we're all in the same house today, and I'm glad we're all at home as well. And it's quite amazing to see how functional it is and how good acoustically it is when speaking. So I welcome you here, and I'm glad you've appreciated for this hall. But back to cemetery business, that for quite some time, approximately since the 2019 year, when we were introduced to the new YBD registration process with Home Affairs, and Home Affairs was starting to present training for all undertakers. I, from the city's point of view, was concerned with there being a very long list of undertakers, some of whom were no longer in business or had opened different businesses in new names or amalgamated with other people. And the track record of our numbers of business partners since we started SAP in 2010. SAP is our accounting system for the city, and it is also our booking system that is used to book your graves and generate your invoices. And there are a total of about 632 business partners. Now that's quite a number. If you look at how many people are in the room and how many people are actually booking, it's probably only about 250 different undertakers that are actually actively booking. But yet, since 2010, we've accumulated names of business partners that were in business, some of whom have sadly passed away, as we know, and these businesses need to be cleaned up. We need to know who they are, do they still operate, are they still alive, and if not in business any longer or not compliant any longer, we need to remove them from that database that the city has. Just to go back a few steps, I think what we mustn't misunderstand is that the role of Department of Home Affairs is to register undertakers. Undertakers require, by law, to be registered by Home Affairs, and the mandate and the registration responsibility still remains with Home Affairs. The city, however, is obviously the vehicle to which you are using to obtain space in cemeteries and to book graves in cemeteries. We, therefore, aren't making new rules for registration. We're simply taking what you had to present when registering your business and obtaining your business partner with the knowing that you have all the necessary compliance documentation for your business. I'm glad Ms. Varney actually highlighted the business side of your industry. It is so important. that you are offered and afforded the opportunities if your business is compliant. If you're not compliant, we at the city are going to start putting pressure on you to get fully compliant, and we have issued a circular which has been doing the rounds for about approximately 2 months already, and Chris very kindly suggested that I also present to your forum here today. I think you've all been shared. I sent it to Chris via WhatsApp. I know we're all using WhatsApp much easier nowadays. So if you're looking for the documents and the letter that I addressed to all forums of undertakers, there are a few copies at the back in a box, but I wasn't able to make 100 copies, so I thought I'd rather just distribute it through WhatsApp, and Chris has been afforded those 2 documents. One is a letter stating that renewal of undertakers and funeral directors with the City of Cape Town for cemetery bookings. Renewal of registration of undertakers is what the subject matter is. And attached to that is the checklist for the documents that we require you to come forward with. There is need to send them electronically first via email, and then we will be calling you in one by one to address you and to have you present us with the actual documents in hard copy, when we meet individually. It's obviously something that we have been reaching out to the forums and the undertakers associations about, because those that are members would have to obviously confirm membership with their associations or their forums. That's one of the criteria that Home Affairs has always asked for, documents that you need to present. Obviously a copy of the undertaker's ID, that being the director of the undertaker's business. A copy of the SIP-C documents, or SIPRO, it used to be SIPRO, but now it's SIP-C, business registration document. And a copy of the SARS tax clearance certificate in good standing. A copy of your City of Cape Town bill, if you do have a bill. If you are already booking graves with the city, obviously you are already on our list of BPs, business partners. But if you've never been on our list and never received invoices from the booking office, you might have a rates account or a water account that is in your name, and that would be something that you'd present to us. Alternatively, if none of that is available, you would simply give us some FICA document with proof of residential address on it. So you could obtain that from your bank, just without the statement attached, just the proof of residential and the account number. And then obviously the certificate of competence. We know and we are aware is that everybody sitting in the room has their own mortuary. We know that there are mortuaries in bulk facility or collectively in the airport and numerous other places. We, however, need to know from the undertaker that is registering that they do have an agreement in place with a certain mortuary that has a COC certificate and has a medical waste certificate, so is fully compliant in terms of my health department agreement with that storage facility that you are currently using. And then last but not least, a proof of membership with the forum that you belong. And preaching to the converted, I truly believe that most of the people in this room are people that are honorable and responsible when it comes to their business practice. But we do need to understand that as a city, we are requiring these documents to prove that, so that we had in the industry or may have moved to another province. Speech, I hope it wasn't too long. Ask that we have in the industry of undertakers is that undertaking is becoming a coordinating business. You just have to be an events coordinator elected on your behalf. You then ask the mortuary to store the body for you. You then ask the person to prepare the body, to embalm the body at the mortuary, and you ask the family to go to the mortuary and select their coffin, and the body is coffined. Then you ask for somebody else to supply you with all the vehicles, the lowering device, somebody else sets up your grave, And it's very difficult for the city to actually manage that situation. Then, on top of that, we get Joe Soap booking on behalf of 5 other undertakers that haven't got YBD yet and therefore cannot obtain their own business partner with the city and be recognized as an undertaker. And then when it comes to payment, we hear, but this isn't my family that I've served. This was AJ Funerals over there that booked through me to obtain a grave. And so that situation is really what is concerning to the city. We cannot have business being run by other people and subcontracted to other people and no one being accountable at the end of the day. When the family comes to the city and says, I've been told by the undertaker that I have a private grave, but now I'm being told that I can't put a memorial on my grave because it's a public grave. We go back to those documents that you've submitted. And lo and behold, we find people that are commissioners of oath stamping an affidavit with a certification stamp. If a commissioner of oaths is required to commission a document, that document must be commissioned and read through in the presence of that family member, not signed by some random person at the cemetery on the day of burial and not stamped and commissioned. We're getting to the point where no one seems to be held accountable for mistakes that are happening in documentation of that sort, and it's very worrying. So I just appeal to you today as responsible business people to recognize that the affidavits that we are asking your families and the next of kin, closest member of that family, the affidavits are protecting you and me. It protects you in the sense that you have explained and commissioned a document, or the police have commissioned that document, ideally, that has stated clearly that that grave was a public grave and the families understand the conditions of a public grave. And that you are then protected against them taking you to court, small claims court, to do an exhumation of their mother who's now buried on a public grave with other unrelated people underneath. There's many of those occasions where I have to intervene and call on the undertaker and say, but why is this form not signed properly? Why have you not commissioned it? Why is the police stamp not on it? And unfortunately, it often is that the undertakers are too busy, they can't see the light, they haven't been able to go back to get the wife, she's in mourning. Those things aren't seen as really essential. And I'm warning that has occurred, and times have changed now. Families are empowered and they take their undertakers on and they complain, and once or twice undertakers have had to bear the brunt and the responsibility of having to pay for an exhumation and a new grave for that family and go through all that pain and suffering with the family through that process. Okay, so I'm going to end off there. If there are any questions, I was told 5 is enough, so that's good. Yes, please go ahead with your questions. Mr. Solomons. Sure.
Can we I don't like people who are questioning because of the reaction. Can we have 5 hands that are getting questions, then we note them, and then we go with that sequence. That's Mr. Solomon, number 1. There's 2 there. MC, number 3. With three hands. Okay, if it's all, it's fine. Okay, 3 hands. Thank you. Let's start with Mr. Solomon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairperson.
But don't you think that the 7 blocks that must be ticked for a BP number,
Yes.
none of the Muslim undertakers will need to be compliant because they book through an area coordinator, and I think that because I feel it's gravely unfair on us that is compliant, and they not. Thank you.
Shall I answer individually or just one by one after the five of you? Individually. Okay. So in response to Mr. Solomon's, I'm glad you've raised that. My plan is to consider that scenario quite seriously. We are aware of certain number of Muslim undertakers that have taken the steps forward to register properly with Home Affairs and become registrars, and therefore have full compliance in terms of that list. In fact, as we know, most Muslim communities are buried the same day as death or as soon as possible thereafter. So for a long time, and you probably know this, it has been argued that there's no need for a mortuary. There's no need to establish a mortuary because all Muslims presumably are buried the same day as death. But it's not the case. And so there has been quite a bit of media coverage recently about a mortuary that was said to be wanting to be established at the Mowbray Maqbara, but there was some opposition to that. But I do know that that matter is being addressed at the moment. So thank you for that comment, and I think it is work in progress. We need to find a way to ensure that registration is done responsibly afterwards, even if it isn't able to be done before the burial takes place. And that is my concern, that a large number of Muslim burials that are being done through a coordinator are actually never, the death registration is never presented to the city afterwards. It may well be done by the families themselves, but for the sake of the city's records, we don't receive it, and we find it difficult to obtain afterwards because they allege, some of the burial societies say that's not their job to do, they're not registrars, they trust the family will have done it for themselves. So some people have unfortunately over the years been left unregistered, and that is really difficult for families after a period of time to then register the death years later. Okay, I'm going to leave it there if you're happy. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, PJ Williams of Easy Access Funerals. Yeah, Susan, you said that there will be a face-to-face meeting with those undertakers that have submitted. Okay, how long is it, do we wait to ascertain whether our documents have been received in your area, in your office? And is it a first come, first served situation, or is it a random situation? Thank you.
Thank you for asking that question. We have received probably at most about 15 or 20 submissions to my colleague, the lady that helps me with this. As far as I understand, she is acknowledging receipt if it's sent via email. I will share via WhatsApp with, again, Chris, if you don't mind, her email address. My emails are flooded, so it could be possible that if you'd sent it only to me, I didn't. If you sent it to her, she should have acknowledged. She normally goes through what you've sent in and determines if it is a full set of documents or not. If there's something that's missing, she would communicate back. She hasn't started setting up the meetings yet. She promised to do so this week on Thursday. She'll be calling approximately 10 of them at a time and scheduling times throughout the day, and we plan to have those meetings with the individual undertaker at the Parow booking office. I think most of you are familiar with where that is, where Alice and Lulama sit in Parow, in Alexandra Road. So I hope that satisfies your need. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I have 2 or 3 questions. One is the bylaw on your website, the latest one, because I'd love to read your bylaws as I'm new in this city. Number 2, on the 7 requirement, what if I don't have a physical address of Western Cape, but I have the contract of the landlord where I'm operating my business. Is that acceptable? Then lastly, on the issue of appointment by Home Affairs, what if you've been to Home Affairs, wrote the test, we haven't received the results, so you are not appointed? What could be your intervention or clarity on that part? Because some of us, we wrote, for instance, I wrote in 2022, up to date, I never received any results. And it makes it difficult for me to register. So how to deal with that part? Thank you.
Thank you for that. I think the fact that you have not got property necessarily in your name, but you do have a landlord agreement for your business premises. I'm presuming those business premises are in. Yes, I think that would be satisfactory, but we'd still need some proof of residential address, even if it is an Eastern Cape residential address. We can accept that the business is practicing in the Cape Town region, but it is that your personal address is elsewhere. We've got some of undertakers from Paarl who do business in Cape Town and in the Winelands area, and naturally would be living in Paarl but have premises or store in this Cape Town region. So that's your answer to that question. The appointment at the Department of Home Affairs, a lot of that questions have come up at previous forum meetings that I've held. A lot of undertakers have found it difficult to obtain any response from the Pretoria office, and have been addressing it collectively via their forums. And so I've encouraged each forum to list their members and put into the system that some of their members have YBD status and others are still struggling, but yet they have been tested or they are waiting to be tested. Because there's three scenarios. Some have been tested, awaiting YBD status. Others have yet to be tested. And then some have obviously received YBDs. So what I would encourage people to do, if the only outstanding document is the YBD, and you may already have a previous registration or registrar's document like a CA or CY document, then please submit that instead and give evidence or a date, year, in your case, month and year of when you were tested. Because when I've received documentation from each of the undertakers, I'm not going to neglect to respond, but I'm going to put you on a list that I will present to Home Affairs and ask them, please speed up these applications or ask for them to resubmit the documents. Remembering that in 2022, your tax clearance is no longer valid, your SIPC registration is no longer in good standing. There may have been other documents that they didn't accept as being fully compliant. Maybe your letter from the undertaker that you were storing at wasn't attached to a COC, perhaps, or some minor detail that they haven't been able to process those documents on your behalf. So I'm still of the belief that perhaps resubmission might be the only way forward, and I will be highlighting that to the Home Affairs Office. What impact that will have, I can't promise anything, but I do encourage you to do the necessary submission to the city anyway. Okay. Over to you. Is that... Oh, the bylaws. I probably could easily send it to Chris, and it could be distributed via email. I'd also like Chris to just share the attendance register, although the email addresses are very difficult to read. Yeah, but I could also send the document as a PDF on WhatsApp, which is also very useful. So, yes, there is a document and it can be shared. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan. I will take only one, and I was not supposed to take that hand because I've said from the very same also
Thank
that
you.
I will take on numbers, but because of us we didn't reach the five members, I will take only one. Then you can only that question.
Okay. Good morning, Susan. Good morning,
Morning.
everybody.
I hope this question is not suitable with the YBD, but the booking of
Yes.
the city, the numbers. We're starting with a big problem that when we make booking, all of a sudden on your email, it pop up that is fully booked.
Yes.
Now, for example, if I book now, like for Wednesday, for next weekend, Saturday, it pop up all of a sudden fully booked. That is a big problem for us and for the family we're sitting with now at the moment. And certain places, they can only book 2 privates, 5 berms, and public guests. We're sitting with the problem from city to accommodate us as undertakers that stick with the law of city. Now, my question is, how can city help us in that matter? Because we can't tell when a person passes on, what time or whatever. But booking ways, it's a problem. And the next also the question is, what's happening with the graveyard that is standing still because we're running out of space? And we as undertakers are concerned how we can assist the families in this matter. Please, Susan.
So, as I said, I'm not any longer. From 2017, I stopped doing planning of new cemeteries. But what I can report is some of those promised cemeteries are now in progress. You may have noted that Kales River Cemetery has been extended and is in the process of getting roads built, and it will have an ablution facility and an office. We also are extending Rusthof Cemetery, and that is in progress. We also have new roads being established in Velmut, which will widen the spread of burial space again for Velmut. I think the cemetery that you were angling about, that you were noting, that has limited numbers of private graves available, is that the Velmut Cemetery, where we've unfortunately had to reduce private graves because of the space and because of the road works that is underway. We are very conscious of the fact that there are other cemeteries still in the pipeline. One that has recently been approved, surprisingly, is the Valfontein Cemetery. If you were here long enough, you would remember me talking about Valfontein in Somerset West Firgrove area. We must all realize in the room that our cemeteries don't easily get expanded. We tried expansion applications for Klip Cemetery. We were strongly opposed by the community that lives in the Grassy Park and Somerset and Southfield area, and there was also an environmental reason why they couldn't extend that cemetery to over the road where the Scout Hall is, because of the water table in winter. As we all know, in many of our cemeteries we sup which is going to be very inconvenient given traffic. I mean, we already at the city are incentivizing weekday burials. They're at least 10% less, or 40% or 50% less in some cases, than the private or the berm options. And so I really want you to be encouraged to consider incentivizing those weekday burials, which then will not be limited to the numbers as Saturdays are. So that's all I can answer to you today. I hope that's satisfactory.
Thank you very much. Amo Price. If you ask a question, you're not answering, you're not questioning for yourself. That question helps the whole house. So thank you for the questions, and bye-bye, Mrs. Bryce. You didn't even say you're going bye-bye. Okay, thank you very much. One announcement, we need two questions that hold us a little bit. Now, can we now, if it's only the two, can we get ready by the association that who's going to talk on behalf of that association? Can we all welcome those two members that will come for message of support, please?
Good day, my name is Aaron. I'm the brother of Moses. I'm not the chairperson of Kapufa. I'm the deputy chair, but the chairperson is program director, who is Moses, and I am Aaron. So I speak also on behalf of him. Chairpersons of associations and delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good day. It is both an honor, and I wish to express our sincere appreciation to PASA for creating this platform where funeral practitioners can engage, share experience, and build stronger industry together. Today, I would like to reflect on 4 important matters to continue to shape the future. Recognize that our strength lies in unity. Various discussions were held in past regarding, while this vision has taken time to develop, I am encouraged that we are now witnessing renewed commitment from the sector. It presents this association as a significant milestone because a united federation can speak more effectively on matters affecting the industry, advocate for members' interests, and create a strong platform for engagement with government associations so that the dream of a united funeral industry becomes a reality. The importance of association in funeral industry, they provide leadership, guidance, and representative of funeral practitioners. Through association, members are able to engage with industry to promote ethical conduct and professional standards. They help create accountability among members and encourage best practice that enhance the reputation of the funeral industry as a whole. Most importantly, associations give funeral undertakers a collective voice. Individually, our concern may go unheard, but together we are able to influence policies, protect our funeral undertakers belonging to an association. Members in an association provide training and industry updates that help them improve their operations and service delivery. Secondly, association create networks. Thirdly, association provide support during this collective experience and support of their colleagues. Furthermore, belong to an association enhance credibility. Clients and communities often have greater confidence in funeral homes that are affiliated with recognized industry bodies committed to professionalism and ethical conduct. An association is not merely an organization, one joint. It is support structure, a voice, and a family that stands together for advancement of its members. The long-standing relationship between Kapufa and PASA, this relationship between Kapufa and PASA spans many years and has been built on mutual respect, cooperation, and shared commitment to developing the funeral industry. Throughout this journey, PASA has consistently provided leadership and opportunities for engagement that have benefited undertakers across our communities. Kapufa values this partnership and acknowledges the important role that PASA has played in promoting unity and professionalism growth within the sector. As we look to the future, we remain committed to strengthening the relationship. Together, we can address delivered with dignity, compassion, and excellence. In conclusion, Program Director, in closing, let us remember that the future of our industry depends on members, and strong partnerships such as one between Kapufa and PASA will determine how effectively we serve our communities and grow our business. A united professionalism and sustainable funeral industry for future generations. And I thank you.
Oh, this is too high for me, eh? Aaron, I don't stand a chance. But all being said, my name is Naeem, representative of the Western Cape Muslim Undertakers Forum. And indeed, it's a privilege and an honor for me to be here and to render the journey of the Muslim undertakers within the Western Cape is one that is quite unique. One that has taken, I think, the greatest transformation under the leadership of the Western Cape Undertakers Forum. Started in 2016, whereby the registrars or undertakers needed to fight a battle in terms of tradition within the Muslim community, upholding the Muslim rights, as well as transformation within the society. Now, this could have not been done without the help and the support of our fellow organizations, namely KAPOF, as well as PASA, and many other role players. For indeed, the Muslim community, or afterlife care as far as the Muslim community is concerned within the Western Cape, went through a transformation in terms of complying to legislation. If Ms. Susan Bryce was here, she would have attested to that, as well as the pioneering minds behind uniting the undertakers. In order for us to understand this, we can but go back maybe 25 years from this date, and we would have found that in the Western Cape, there would have been one undertaker, only for the entire Western Cape, in the name of Imam Saban, perhaps. Thereafter, we had some pioneers like Abu Bakr, and all these people have already passed. And then we entered the era of the Abdurrahim de Jongs and the Ibrahim Solomons, and myself as a very, very young man. And that number of undertakers to the Muslim community never exceeded more than 6 or 7. Today, with the help and vision of sharing information, unity, I can attest that the Western Cape Undertakers, Muslim Undertakers Forum, is over 200 undertakers strong, working hand in hand with the various different departments, fostering transformation, which we are still battling, and it's an ongoing battle. Because these various different departments, and hence we had that strengthening hand with other forums, namely KAPOF and PASA, Mr. Stali, where we get together, sharing our ideas, working with unity, and being able to overcome challenges of past, and with that unity, challenges of the future. The Western Cape Muslim Undertakers Forum has also transformed in recent months into a federation with the birth of different regions, namely the West Coast Regional Undertakers, as well as the Strand chapter of the Muslim Undertakers. So this was a step up for us. We will be failing also in our duty that within the cemetery chapter, there was pioneering minds as well from the MJC, Sheikh Riyad Fatah, as well as Brother Faisal Sayed. As Susan has alluded to, those transformations that needs to take place within afterlife care or the undertaking industry within the Muslim community. I therefore am very grateful to the sharing hand that has been lent by pioneers like Mr. Stali, the Federation, our organization KAPOF, in the growth of the Western Cape Muslim Undertakers Forum. It's a privilege to lend our vote of support to PASA. And we can only say, with unity, coordination, communication, and hard work, we will be victorious in this industry. Give all of ourselves present here today a big round of applause for our achievement.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. It was Aaron. Now Aaron is a bit taller than Moses. so so we need to always make adjustments. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, colleagues. I just want you to bear with me. My program won't be like they are. It will be well seated when the minister is coming here. I don't like moving up and down when the deputy minister is in the house. So, but it also not going to be the whole house questioning. Question from SIFTA, which is, I don't know whether it is Mr. Kiviti Mhlongo. Can you help me welcoming Mr. Kiviti Mhlongo on the podium, please? Malibong. Malibong.
Good morning. You, like people are fast asleep here. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Kivit Mhlongo. I come from an organization. Okay, some do. Do you know an organization that was called CEDA? Okay. Do you know of an organization that was called CIFA? Okay, mated, which was CEDA, CIFA, and the CDPA to form SETFA. Hence, we have some enterprise that we give support to MSMEs because the word MSME, it's now a global gazetted word to be used instead of SMME. So instead of saying SME, we say MSME, micro, small, medium enterprises. That's how we now refer, to that word for small, businesses, So as the organization SETFA was amalgamated from highlighted mostly is compliance issues and CIPC stuff, which probably would relate to, accounting challenges, access to markets. When I say to access to markets, for people to know where you're operating from and what is it that you do, So that's where we come in as an organization. I will just touch on the things that are critically important here, which is the business development services that we offer and the lending, because now that comes in within the same umbrella that is, SETFA. So I will start with the financing instruments where we do assets. We've got a program that is called IMEDP, which looks at the informal sectors. We buy you equipment up to the value of 15,000 rand, which is free, that we give it to you. However, we need to know where you are. The lady that spoke here today spoke of your physical address of where you are. So when we give the equipment, we need to know where you reside so that we can be able to come and see how that equipment is actually assisting you, because the money that we're using to assist, the previous window is now closed. We're going to have a new window that's going to happen. Also, that is also grant funding to know where you are based. Are you registered? Not necessarily they need to be registered. I can start a business as Kivit, and as the business grows, then I'm going to go and register, because when I go to CIPC, I'm now going to register a PTY limited company, which then that company is now governed by the Companies Act, meaning annually you need to submit returns. And if you don't submit returns annually, you are now in default with CIPC. CIPC will then deregister your business, therefore meaning that again next financial year you need to go and re-register that business, because that's the one thing that. And then the term loans, it is where one you need to go and acquire movable assets. So recently there was a fund, actually two funds that were launched by the Minister Stella Ndabeni, where one is looking at finance and a term loan. Then I'll explain. Now, say you apply for 5 million rands and you qualify for 5 million rands, and then you'd be given 3 million rands as term loan, and then the 2 million rand will be then the blended, which is to come in the form of a grant, depending on the requirements and have read or are aware of that document. How many? Okay, the NDP 2030, it says, us, SETFA, and the department, we need to facilitate the creation of jobs. Then there's 11 million jobs that the government ought to have built in 2030. And then 9 million of those jobs must come from MSMEs. That's what, support you in those requirements where you could get, bridging loans, purchase order funding, revolving facility if we've given you a loan. South African citizen with a valid South African identity document, or you must have been naturalized in terms of Section 53 of 2003, prior to 1994. You must be a juristic person, legally constituted, including sole traders, with a fixed physical address as a PTY limited, because that there are documents that you need to have, memorandum of association, and all of those things that you need to submit to make sure you are a private company, because you are equally the same like a private company that is trading and making money. So once you, not when you're saying, I have traded, You may have registered it today and you don't trade for the whole year. Come the anniversary of your business, you need to submit those returns. Otherwise, that kind of your business must be operating within the borders of South Africa and a controlling stake of 100% of the business. So, and then the applicant, you must make sure that the business maintains the staff complement of at least 95% of them being South African citizens. And one member of the shareholder should be operationally involved in the business. So then you can apply for this loan and remotely control. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? We don't operate like your normal commercial bank where you walk in today. I'm applying for a loan because I've got a takeoff agreement with X company. We need to verify as low as 5%. So I will share this presentation with you. I won't go through all the exclusions, but one of the things that we don't support, obviously, are the syntax businesses, which is your alcohol and cigarette trades and other things relating to prostitutions and stuff that we do not support, ladies and gentlemen. Now, and then we have on the BDS side, which is the business development support side, we've got a program called TRAP, which is a Township Rural and Enterprise Program. That to support different types of township businesses. I don't think, that is related to you unless there's someone here, who is running a Shisanyama, who's running a spaza shop, who's running a hair salon, who's doing a motor mechanic, business. So suppose changed oils and all of those things. So that program, we have in our organization. And then I've mentioned that one of the other funds that was launched by the minister, the military veterans, ask people how they like to see the fund, working for them, so that not instead of us giving you what launched. And then we've got what we call the Small Enterprise Manufacturing Support program, where we support businesses that are in manufacturing as well. And then we've got the Tourism Equity Fund. Obviously, we're supporting businesses that are in tourism, guest houses, those that are using shuttle services to pick up people from the airport. Now, in our client journey for the BDS services, which is Business Support Development Services, we've got 4 steps. So we assist you walking in with nothing to say, I just woke up in the morning and I'm thinking that I want to start a business. So we'll assist people at least to assess your business plan when you're being asked. So when you go in for your business, what is the difference between sale and the gross profit? When to deduct the expenses, are you going to be able to make a profit in the next coming financial year? Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? A set for coaching program. This will take businesses and you coach them for a period of 9 months. All you require from you is to be present so that you can interact with other business owners. Because more often than not, when you run a business, we don't do an introspection. What is good to change how I'm doing business? To be better at what I am doing. How do I gain a competitive advantage at what I am doing? Then you've got what we call an Empretech program. This is a 5-day course, very intensive. It teaches you all of those things, from how you attract a client and keep that client, to writing your own strategy about your own business. Because if you don't know what you do in your business, how else are you going to tell someone else about your business? Then we've got a manufacturing supplier program, and then we've got an export development program. We've got a supplier development program, and I've spoken about the rural and township, program. So how it in your business, and what do you require? What then will be the action plan for us to be able to assist you? So we list those interventions that we need to assist you with. And then we also obviously work with cooperatives. The good thing about cooperatives is that, there is a grant funding, that we administer. with a department that people can access, unlike when you have a PTY limited, you must access 8, because this is what we want to do, like we work together, then you can access that grant, funding. We do mentorship, we do, access to marketing, obviously, training, and, linkages. And then we also have a program for women only, which is called She Trade, where, you participate in the program, inclusive of other women, that we give you the global value of your business, that you don't have to do business only where you are in the Western Cape. You can work with someone that is in Gauteng, for instance. You can work with someone that is sitting in Zimbabwe, Malawi, and so forth. And then I've mentioned how we give support, and 3 main branches. One in building. We've got an office in Stellenbosch. They've got a smaller office attached to them in Worcester, in Hermanus, and Friedenberg in George. So offices that are attached in George. It's an office in Beaufort West, Knysna, Mossel Bay. Which one did I forget? Knysna, Mossel Bay, Beaufort West, and there's one that I'm missing, and Oudtshoorn. So wherever you are in the Western Cape, you can be assisted, in those offices, but we are a national network. We've got offices all over the country. You go to Gauteng, you go to Free State, you go to KwaZulu-Natal, you go to Mpumalanga, you go to Limpopo, you will find us. We should be able to assist you, and we're available in all the social medias. Thank you. I don't know if there are questions for me.
Thank you very much. If there are questions, we have questions. If we have, we'll take hands. There's a hand at the back. That's one. Hands by now, okay. If the mic, revolving mic, go at the back. We've got 3 hands here. If it's 3, then it will be 3. That is it. Isaba.
Good day, everybody in the house. My name is Bolani Chafta Sholuko from Amavunde Funeral Service, and I'm coming under organization called UFTA. I'm standing here on behalf of Amavunde, not of all, I must appreciate the fact that or the undertaking, where it is called small business or whatever it's called. To stand up in a crowd like this. Once you say I'm a funeral undertaker, everybody laughing at you. Because people, they don't understand that funeral is organized by organization called Enable. You expect to bury us here. It was just so much try to have funding. At last today, I'm standing with my colleagues, also called although I'm one of smallest company, but I'm happy to say my company is registered, but one question I want to hear, you mentioned, say, can we come as an organization to be supported, or I'm under the organization, but most of time I go by my own.
Okay, I get him. To be assisted. And I think I've mentioned earlier on that as all of you are here, when you are going to be assisted as a group is when you form a cooperative, you see. But as you yourself, you can come to our offices to be assisted as an individual. I don't know if I've answered you. Yes. Yeah, okay.
Get your contact details, or you have someone that you can deal with, because oftentimes promises are made in these meetings and there is no delivery of what has been promised. You go to the office, you find that the staff knows nothing about a lot of what has been promised here. For instance, the issue of assistance for equipment. Most of the time I went to the offices, no one knows about those things. Yet the presenter in these meetings promised that those things will be done. I want to tap you on the issue of the trap. I'm not saying you can answer it because this is legally defined, but I want to highlight the challenge that we might be having. The division of a trap township is where they can see the location. But with the rife crime of the location, most of us, we are no longer having the location. For instance, here, we are based in Bevel. We are scared of this extortion that is happening in our location. Now, if your office is based in town, but you serve the location, do you fall under trap? Or how do you determine? Do you want my client database to prove to you that my clients are in the location, but I'm operating here because of these rife things that are happening in our location? Thanks.
I think the first point that you've made, of promises that I'm making here, there's not a single office across the country who does not know about the equipment funding that we do from IMETP to Asset Assist and CDSP. And then, secondly, the way it is defined, township, is that you must be based in a township. Now, it's a program that the organization has undertaken because, when you look at how Google, sets up addresses, because we get audited at what we do. So if we're saying I've supported 50 clients in the township and those clients are coming from Mowbray, Stellenbosch, those are not townships. So I'll be found wanting with my auditors. Whereas if they know that I've supported these clients and I'm saying they are based in the township, because our auditors now, what they do, they actually physically go to the client. If I'm saying the client is in a township in Kukuletu, they'll go to Kukuletu to the client. If I'm saying the client is somewhere in Richmond, they'll go to Richmond to see the client. So the program is designed for township and rural enterprises. So if you've moved your offices, you're no longer a trap. It's fine, yeah, it's fine.
Being said for here today, I just wanted to ask, I'm from Aviva Funeral Solutions, and we present from equipment to various financial services and things to the funeral industry. And part of our research has shown that of every, especially in the Western Cape, of every 10 funeral undertakers, only 3 undertakers have their own infrastructure. And part of the assistance provided through SETFA would be to capacitate a lot of our undertakers, especially emerging ones. And I think the misconception is that over the time, a lot of our undertakers have knocked on the doors, and I think from your department, if that could be streamlined, especially the process through which more specifically the funeral industry can access some of those funds, and streamline to maybe 1 or 2 offices in the Western Cape where the funeral industry can be prioritized, so that such as PASA, who's trying to unite the industry, can get that support in order to, as part of the regulation, be able to supply that such needed essential equipment and things like that within the industry. So yeah, just sort of a comment.
Comment.
Yeah.
No, the comment is noted, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mhlongo. Thank you, colleagues, for questions and comments. Thank you very much. I'm checking on my time. I think we got people who got diabetics like me that need a little bit of refreshing a mind. Can you allow me to have at least 15 minutes of break before we can take the others, so that my preparation is that when Deputy Minister comes here, we all seated, then we're not moving around. Can you allow me that? Let's take, I don't know, what you're taking, we can start moving faster. Okay, thank you very much. They say the lunch, there's a lunch also. We are just going to take some lunch.
Sithi naba habazalana naba sho iyo
Yeah, no, no. Okay, thanks. Yeah, we got specials. Okay. And I'm from GNG, Cape Town branch. I would like to take this opportunity afforded to us in being able to participate in this conference. We see this as an immense privilege. As the Cape Town branch manager for Cape Town GNG and distribution, it gives me great pleasure to reflect on the years of continued and loyal support you have shown us. GNG is one of the main suppliers to the funeral industry. We have maintained our position as a market-leading producer of high-quality coffins, caskets, and domes. We have been in operation since the early 80s with more than 4 decades of experience. We have a national footprint comprising of 12 depots nationwide. In all this time, our mission is and has been to be of service to the funeral industry. This is done through our improved service, availability of our products, efficiency of our logistics, and a never changing quest for the highest product quality. Your continued trust has been gratefully for every referral, every smile, every word, and every word of encouragement, and every recommendation that has contributed to our success over the years. On behalf of GNG, I extend our earnest gratitude for the opportunity to serve you. We are extremely grateful for the trust you have placed in my staff and I, as well as GNG Marketing Distribution as a brand. We look forward to continuing this successful journey with you. Okay, I've got a few items that I would like to also just share with everyone. We, as a branch that, as a company that's nationwide, so often I see with regards to, especially in the Eastern Cape, if clients have got a funeral, let's say in Eastern Cape, there is no longer a need for you to transport your coffin from Cape Town to that place. You can just contact our branch, which is in Airport, and then we will liaise with any of the branches that are nationwide. As mentioned, that we have 12 branches, and then at the back I've got all these catalogs which have all the branches that we have with the contact details. But you'll need to contact our Cape Town branch, and then we will be able to facilitate the process for you. Okay, so we do all of that. And then I would like to make a request that, if possible, we get a list of all the members in the association in due course, if possible. And then also, we would like to request that we work together in making sure that we are only, us as GNG, is only dealing with the registered undertakers. because often we find that this has been alluded to earlier as well, but often we find that there are undertakers that are, or there are public members that are being assisted by undertakers, and undertakers fronting for public members, and we need to try and refrain from doing that. What is the other one here? Oh, and then another point I wanted to just make you aware of, that we also have another challenge of, or it can be a challenge to you guys, but I would also make a request that companies try and keep prices and also refrain from letting your drivers come and pay so that they don't get exposed to the prices, you understand? So, so I would like to make that plea with you guys so that we can protect the business, in that sense. Okay, I think that was all. Yeah, that's all the other things that I wanted to mention. So if there's any questions, if there's any questions. Okay, I'm good. All right, thanks. Okay. Oh, sorry, one more thing, just before I go. At the back, I've got a special combo for today. So you are welcome to come and engage with me. Okay, thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I thought you would be a lot more excited about what Unati just said now, especially being undertakers. Take advantage of that. So I'm from Aviva Funeral Solutions. We don't sell any products. We've got 5 pillars on which our business is built. Our main goal and objective is to serve the funeral industry and take the hand of funeral undertakers to further growth. The 5 pillars of Aviva is, number 1, we look at key partnerships through supplying you quality coffins as well. The second one is making sure that you have equipment that is working and affordable. The third one is there's a lot of accessories within the funeral industry that we supply. So from the new trend of new hearse trailers, we built those as well to support you in bringing dignified funerals to families across the Western Cape. The third one is financial services, and the financial services, sadly, in the funeral industry is thought of just supplying funeral products like funeral policies to your clients. Meantime, over the years, you've collected a lot of money and you've got zero investments to show for it. So part of our role is to work with you as funeral undertakers to not only make money, but to keep some of the money that you work so hard for, and then also to grow that money into future investment, because that is the true wealth. A lot of us don't know even basic things like how things like easy equities work, where you don't build wealth in the business that you're working in. So if you think that MTN, for instance, don't own any Vodacom shares, you are gravely mistaken. They will not let that opportunity slip by. They own shares in a lot of other industries. So what we do is we work with you to see and to show you how to access some of the basic opportunities, like organizations or companies that are mining in South Africa. They can't be benefiting from minerals that we pull from this ground and we don't own any of the shares. We can't see the big organizations like ShopRite and Pick n Pay make all the money while we just consumers and spending that money there and not own a Pick n Pay or a ShopRite share. So we work with you to build a lot more over time, and you'll get to know me a lot better. That we're not here to sell you products, but to build wealth with you by building your business as a legacy. So thank you for the opportunity to Pasa and to the organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One item, please, music, while we so that we would just welcome our Deputy Minister by music. Kanikule kamandi ne, choli mandi ni namkele ka Minister. And while we still go, after that we'll take. After that item will take, or Mr. will come and followed by Lengau. You can just be ready. We're just pushing forward now. We're not gonna go to push. There's no moving around. Tulani galo.
Slow by my soul, and let your Holy Spirit come and take control of every situation that have trouble unto you. Our Lord, let your heart,
Let your living
let your
waters
flow.
flow over my soul.
Let your Holy Spirit
Let your Holy Spirit
come and take
control
of every situation
that has trouble on my mind. Oh Lord,
oh my cares and
cares and burdens unto you.
oh my cares and
my cares and burdens unto you.
oh my cares and
All my cares and burdens unto you.
oh my cares and
All my cares and burdens unto you. And burdens unto you.
oh my cares
All my cares and burdens unto you. All my cares and burdens unto you. Oh Lord.
Thank you very much. Where are these people that have called, these companies? Or should I say all the underwriters, and Vebi is also on there. All the underwriters, you Mr. Nguweni? Maso. From Mieket. Okay. Okay. Nango mama o Vebi. OPO, unaziga OPO. Please, colleagues, can you all come out from the back? I see now the seats becoming empty here because people are going. I've said while minister is here, we're not moving around. We sit until the minister is talking, and making speech, and then we can now move around. Please let us respect that. Thank you very much.
Molweni. Is it morning or afternoon? It's afternoon. Oh, it's just that I haven't taken food, so I realize that time when I've eaten, then I know it's afternoon. Okay, my name is Luyanda Maso. I come from the company known as Meerkat. People start to ask questions when I mention this name, like the one who just reflected that he's not familiar with the name. Okay, most of the time, if you will remember, some time ago, people were named after events. The people were named after good things that has happened during their time. And if you know that cat, what it does to the family, Meerkat was named after that. We are taking care of our people. We are the underwriters. We working with Old Mutual Omat. There's Old Mutual Omlaxa. There's Old Mutual Omat. Meerkat is a company of actuaries. It was formed by the actuaries. They noticed that there is a gap within this industry, and then they decided to develop this company that will close the gaps that are within the industry. We are doing lots of things. If you can just go to www.meerkat.co.za, you will see us there. There's a lot of things that we are offering. But today I'm not going to dwell on those. I will only dwell with the one that is suitable for this room. We are selling group policies. We are selling group policies to burial societies, to churches, to associations, to funeral parlors. I will just dwell much on the funeral parlors because I know we are in the funeral parlor space. So what is important for us to know is that Meerkat is selling group policies. Those group policies, you qualify once you have a group of members that start from 15. Once you have 15 members who bought policies to you, then you are qualifying to be a member of Meerkat. We also qualify should you have a bank account, should you have a constitution that constitutes your business. So the most important part is that today my questions that I always have has been answered when the chairperson of PASA, if the organization focuses on them, because I've been asking these questions. What is it that the members of all these associations are benefiting from the associations? But what he has mentioned here, and what I've been listening, the speakers who were talking here, they are coming with solutions to the problems that you have. So I am also Meerkat coming to assist you in terms of the problems and the gaps that you are experiencing in the field. We are underwriting the funeral parlors. So what I don't like is to share things that you already know, telling you about the waiting period, telling you about the prices. I know prices are the main things that you want to hear because that's where you save and make profit. So what I will dwell upon here is that Meerkat has developed a strategy where you can bargain when you buy the policies from them. Let me take you a little bit back to our society. You will find in the locations, there are a lot of tech shops. And those tech shops are not run by us, South Africans, mostly. They are run by people coming from abroad. I was asking myself, why? What happened? And something came to my mind to say, Luyanda, remember at home, your father had a shop. Where is that shop? That shop disappeared when those guys arrived. How? What happened? They were selling cheap. My father was sticking to the price that he was selling, and then they were selling cheap. But where are they buying this product that makes them to sell it cheap? Because the wholesale is one. Only to find out that they combine and buy in bulk, and then they get the bulk price. As Meerkat, we are introducing this to you as the association. Don't come to us as individual if you want to bargain. Come as an association. We will combine your data. We will give you a good price. That's the only thing that I wanted to share with you today. Yes, there are period if you were underwritten from one of the underwriters and you're transferring your members to us, we will take them as they were. We won't be given a waiting period. You will be taken as you were from where you come from, you see. So that's the main things that I wanted to share with you, because I noticed that the chairperson said the reason why PASA is unity, the reason for underwriting. When you go to underwrite, you buy the member. Your member has got 25 members. You got 2,500 members. He got 1,000. He got 150. So when you go individually to ask for a quote at Meerkat, you will find out the one with 1,500 is going to get cheaper price. The one with 20 is going to get the standard rate. But if you come together, then you will get the customized rate. We can even negotiate other things that might be obstacles in your business. So our office is here in Pinelands at number 1, Pine Park, office 203. We've taken the half of the floor there, so you won't get lost immediately when you get to second floor. You see Meerkat. So I would advise and suggest that PASA executive, we have your desk there. You can come and negotiate with us. Thank you so much.
A good afternoon to the program director, the executive, the stakeholders, and to the colleagues and everyone that is able to hear my voice this afternoon. My name is Hani Makaula. I am from VB Group, or VB Funerals and Financial Services. We are a funeral undertaking business. We are also funeral insurance administrators. Our biggest company that we are currently working with at the moment is Rand Mutual Assurance. I think my colleague here has said a lot about underwriting, but I want to reiterate that it is very important for funeral undertakers to have underwriters. Firstly, it assists your business because you do not take money from your reserves. You will go and claim from the insurance. But also, by having an underwriter, if you do not have an FSP, you'll be complying because you are not supposed to be collecting money if you are not a registered FSP. And that is where we come in as the administrator, or otherwise known as a broker. Currently, we are with Rand Mutual Assurance. We've got different packages. We've got a package that has a 3 months waiting period. It caters up to the age of 84 years. We've got packages that have a 3 months waiting period, and the maximum age on that one is 75 years. We've got covers for single members, we've got covers for immediate family, and we've got covers for the extended family. up to 15 members plus the main member. So it's what he has said a lot, but it's just a different option that you might have. Also with us, if you come and you can prove that you have had underwriting before, we are able to waiver that waiting period. Our turnaround time for claims is 72 hours, considering if everything has been received. Waiting period for accident is a month, as long as the first premium has been received, and the waiting period for suicide is 12 months. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I do have rates with me if there's anyone that is interested.
Where are the others? Lengau, I've asked Lengau to be here also. Where is the Rand Mutual Assurance? Rand Mutual Assurance is not here. Okay, thank you, Lengau. Can you come? Thank you very much.
Let me take this opportunity this afternoon. Greetings to the program director, who is the deputy of PASA. Greeting to all of our senior leaders who are with us, business leaders, and everybody you are greeted in this afternoon. Well, my name is Jeremiah Selim Bali, all the way from Paarl, residing in the place called Fairland. Well, I'm here to present shortly this stokvel called Lengau People Society. Lengau People Society. This is a stokvel. This stokvel, we call it, is a schooled stokvel. It's a graduated stokvel. This stokvel has been founded 12 years ago by the man called Thabo Tetingwane, who is residing at the province of Bloemfontein. This is a lovely stokvel indeed. I used to join stokvels, I used to know stokvels, but I've never met such a great stokvel like this one. I've joined this stokvel last year, it was August. I've got a wonderful testimony as I'm standing here. Indeed, it's a life-changing stokvel. What this stokvel is all about. This stokvel is a stokvel that is promoting the habit of saving money. We are promoting a habit of saving money. We want to ensure that our people, they are saving money, because we do have money, we receive money from different forms, but we don't have that spirit or that habit of saving money. The man just come and visit us and go. We earn big monies, but at the end of the day, we've got nothing. So that is the problem we want to address, we as the stokvel. They used to say, if you are working, pay yourself first. How to pay yourself? By saving. At least you must have a percentage that you are saving from the income, from the earning that you are receiving. If you don't pay yourself, you are planning yourself for your own poverty. Because as you grow, you are becoming more expensive. Now, you have to grow with your money. If you grow alone, you don't grow with your money, you are putting your life in a risk or in a danger. How this stokvel works. Number one, our year begins from November up to November. From November up to November. But it doesn't matter, you can join the stokvel at any month in between. What are the benefits of being the part of Lengau People Society? Number one, as you are saving your money as little as from 200 Rand, remember you save at any day, at any month, you are allowed to save your money as little from 200 rand and above. This interest. This is so amazing. You can save your money wherever, but you'll never get the interest that you will get from Lingau. You will get 19.5% on top of your capital. You'll never get such anyway. I want you to prepare yourself shortly. Just get your calculator ready. I want to make an illustration or example. Let's say, for instance, you start saving now until the month end of October. You are getting your returns on November. Let's say, for instance, 5,000 rands. It doesn't matter how you are saving, but let us say you have saved up to 5,000 rand. Go to your calculator as I'm standing. Say 5,000 times 19.5%. Just see the answer there. How much is that? 5,000 times 19.5%. How much is that? 975 on top of your 5,000 which you have been saving. That's huge. Guess what? It doesn't matter how much month you have been saving. What matters is about how much money you have saved. It doesn't matter when you have started, but what matters is the capital. We just multiply what is in front of us by 19.5%. You get it? That's number one. We say, let us save in order to position ourselves for wealthy. You'll never get rich in life if you don't save money. And we as a black society or a black community, we have never been taught about money saving. We are the money consumers. It just comes and goes. We don't save. Make sure that you utilize this opportunity and you'll see a huge change in your life. For the first time in my life, as I'm standing here, now, in my saving, only in my saving, I've got 13,000 rands. Just saving, 13,000 rands. At the end of October, I will be having 30,500 rand. I've developed this habit of saving money. I save 3.5 each and every month. We talk money here. Secondly, here in Lingau People's Society, there is this such a huge and a great opportunity which you can access. As you are saving on this side, there is also another door where you can lend your money to the society. You lend the money to the society. You employ your money to work for you. People have got money, they don't work for money, but money works for them. Here's the opportunity that you can also utilize this opportunity to employ your money. How does this work? Listen now. You can lend the society from 2,000 rands and above. Then you sign a contract from 12 months and above. You lend the society from 2,000 rand. Then you sign a contract from 12 months and above. Then you earn each and every month your interest. It's amazing. The same interest of 19.5%, which you earn annually on the saving side. But on the lending side, you earn that interest on a monthly basis. Let's go back to the same 5,000 rand. If you lend the society 5,000, you earn 975 rand each and every month. Sing in your spirit. You lend from 2,000 rand upwards. You sign a contract, it's either for 12 months or above 12 months. Let me shock you. As I'm standing here, I've got my money, which is working for me at Lingau. Every month, I'm earning 19,500 rand. 19,500 rand. It's not a joke, but it's a true, it's a reality. It's what Lingau is doing. And I'm telling you, I've seen lives changing. I've seen my personal life changing, even the life of my family changing through this society called Lingau. You will never get such an opportunity if you miss this one. I'm telling you, life is all about taking and utilizing the opportunities which the Lord is introducing in front of you. It's not yet over. Let us conclude. Thirdly, there is also an opportunity here at Lingau. Let's say, for instance, you want to buy a house or you want to buy a car. Lingau buys a car for you cash, and you pay Lingau on monthly basis. Listen carefully. The plan is for you to pay your car and complete it within 3 years. In terms of the house, you'll be done with the payment of your house. I'm not talking about the promise. I'm talking about something that is currently happening. In different provinces, people are being receiving their cars through Lingau. Here at Western Cape, is one person who have been received a new car. New. We don't deal with something kilometers, 0 kilometers. That is Lingau People's Society. So let's say, for instance, let me just challenge you. Let me say, for instance, we have lended your money to Lingau 200,000. 200,000. With 200,000, you are earning 39,000 on monthly basis. You are positioning yourself already to qualify for Lingau to buy for you a house of 2.7 million rands. You are qualifying for that, but it's up to you which house do you want to get. There is such an opportunity. Number 3, you want to consolidate your debts. You want to be out of debts. Lingau is able to do that. Pay all of your debts, and then you remain with one debt with Lingau. Then they make a installment for you, which is going to be a huge relief. Listen carefully. They don't ask you are whitelisted or blacklisted, if there is such a thing. They just deal you as a member of Lingau. As long as a member of Lingau, they deal with you and they help you. In other words, this stokvel is opening a door which has been shut for you for years. Access to funding. I'm so happy we are working with Nedbank. Nedbank have got a lot of clients on our side, and also saving the money for herself or for himself. Age doesn't count. What counts is the ID number. We can teach our kids how to save money. We are talking about life-changing stokvel here, Lingau People's Society. Let me finish you. We have got travelings. We are the travelers. Just get your passport ready as you prepare yourself to be the member of Lingau. Get your passport ready. From 11th of December to the 15th of December, we will be at Qatar. We will be at Qatar. In your saving, you must have 20,000 at least in your saving. Remember, you are saving for yourself, not for the society. You must have at least 20,000 in your savings. That's done deal. Flight will be paid. Accommodation will be paid. Catering will be paid. We just need you as a member. Those are the benefits of Lingau members. It was like a shock, like a joke in the airport. 12 air flights from all the provinces. Paid. Full. by this Stokvel called Lingao People's Society. So with those words, I'm saying to you, take this opportunity and begin to change your life financially and build the wealthy foundation for the next coming generation. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Al, we're going to Qatar.
Forms are here and the office is here. She's one that is also working in the office. We've got the office in Belleville. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lengao. Thank you very much. Before I give my chairperson for the vision, I've noticed that we got our colleagues of SAFPA that were not here when we were calling others. I don't want them to say I've excluded them when we're calling association for message of support. So if then, can I give that opportunity for them? And then after that speaker, then we give the chairperson of PASA the opportunity to come with the vision of PASA. And then after that, we are nearly to be finished. After that, we take Mr. Matebula, our colleagues from SAFPA. You can just raise your hand if you are here to come. If you're covered, then you say, fine. We take other options or other speakers. Can you help me to join hands for accepting our colleagues? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That saves our time. Let us now take this opportunity to welcome our chairperson, Mr. Chris Starley, on the podium.
Masibuyele nkosini siphangamisa udumo lwayonke khoma masibuyele nkosini siphangamisa udumo lwayonke khoma masibuyele nkosini siphangamise angekoma Diva hasibuyele nkosini siphakamise angengoma hawusithi ingoma show sithi ingoma hawusithi ingoma wasa wasali sithi ingoma masibuyeleni siphakamise ngengoma shu masibuyeleni siphakamise ngengoma sisenkonzweni yokuhlabelela nawe sisenkonzweni yokutumisa nawe sisenkonzweni yokuhlabelela hlabelela hlabelela nawe sisekonzweni yokuthumisa thumisa nawe sithi hlabelela sithi hlabelela nawe sithi hlabelela sithi hlabelela nawe sithi hlabelela yini nawe hlabelela lela 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 yini hlabelela sithi hlabelela hey hlabelela sithi hlabelela hayibo shu asapho hiyo wasa akanishaya izandla wa hallelujah sithi hlabelela iyona we sithi hlabelela yabona we hlabelela
Thank you very much, Program Director. And don't think I'll get another chance again to welcome the Deputy Minister. I'm very much excited that she is amongst us. Very, very much excited. This is one of industries that has always been neglected, Minister, by our government. I was listening to CITFA when they were doing a presentation here. They've allocated the budget everywhere, but there was no mention of allocation to a funeral industry. I don't know who is spreading this lie that this industry is making about 10 billion a year. Because I don't think here, as in this house, there's any one of us who has got a bank that is more than 50,000. You will have a funeral today, on Saturday, on Monday you have got no money. That is the situation here. Now, to have a relationship with the Department of Small Business and Development is a very powerful one. We're really looking for someone that can adopt us as an industry. Somebody that can take us through. Now, because of your presence here today, we happen to also have SIDA with us, which is a very important also point that I need to raise. Because these institutions, as much as we are also lazy to get, because they've got offices everywhere. The offices are not far, but it's very difficult for us to reach those offices. Now, those of us who happen to be in this meeting or in this launch today, and you have not used this opportunity to benefit something for yourself, we have lost a golden opportunity. Those who came here without a pen and a paper, I don't know when are you going to get this opportunity again, because there will be no other launch of PASA. Maybe the other launch is going to be for Kapuf or for Western Cape Muslims, but not for PASA. PASA does have a capacity to bring government to the people. It's one of our vision, to bring our government closer to the people. The minister is here today, the deputy minister is here. And she is going to go with us right through. We're going to make sure that it's not her last visit to this province and to this industry. Now, one of our vision program director is to build a very strong funeral home in the Western Cape. We are a very nice mix as this province. Africans, coloreds, and white. Even our industries like that. But this association that we are building here, we are very proud of. To us, we are just one family, and we have been working like that for the past 6 to 7 years, trying to build. And we are going to reach our goals of building a unity within this industry. We want also to make sure that in the industry, there is empowerment within the directors, because people, they call themselves business people, and they are running business. But sometimes the major mistake that we are doing, not even your wife and your kids at home, they know what you are doing and how you are running the business. And that is why when you are no more, the business goes with you. And everybody at home it becomes back. Said to us, there's money here, really misled us. And that is why you will run this business having to hire staff from there and there and there. And we want to stop that. The reason why we have got these institutions here, we want them to assist us in order for us to have legs. After me, I think kind of an industry. Because one of the problems, we always blame that government is not assisting that. And yet, we are lazy to follow the procedure of being a compliant a business person. And no one can be able to help us. But there's more, and if you can just listen to that speaker, there is more that is coming out of him which will benefit you as an individual. Because one of our vision is to make sure that when you attend our event, even if you go to our meeting, it's more like a workshop. Our meeting is more like a workshop. It's not just a talk shop. There are no fights here. From the very first speaker up to the last one, you will be just benefiting something that you can take home. So our idea is to nurture you, is to develop you, is to make sure that we feed you with information that you'll be able to take back home. So the main focus is to build your businesses, and your businesses be strong. And we are happy that the minister is here, is going to talk much on those issues as to how can we develop our businesses. So I really don't want to waste time. There's going to be a speaker that will be thanking everybody that is here. I don't want to waste much of your time, Chair, thanking people. But there are special people that I think they've contributed for this event to be what it is today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my chairperson. Thank you, chairperson, for a very short and straightforward note. Now we are heading to our guest speaker, a solutionist. I mean, all our problems today will be solved, but will be solved only if you listen, and you listen carefully. Then your problem will be solved. Matebula, can you help me allowing him to the podium?
don't know if I can reach. Yeah. Yeah. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, PASA members, stakeholders, and honorable guests. My name is Sepisho Matebula. My company is called Money Gurus, and basically what I do in relation to PASA, I'm consulting with them in my entrepreneurial capacity, right? And my day-to-day basically is that I'm a service provider to SETFA, predominantly in Northern Cape and in Gauteng. But I'm planning on doing it in Western Cape as well. So what I do as a service provider to SEDA, I do training, I've done coaching to SMMEs. My bread and butter is doing business plans, right? And apply and funding applications. So currently I'm managing a satellite office of SETFA in Hartswater in Northern Cape. It's like a 12-month contract. But previously I did the same at Carltonville, managing the satellite office there. So what we do there is like a lot of, Mr. Kivet took a lot of words out of my mouth because it's going to be almost like an iteration, a repetition. So we do a lot of compliance services, right? Compliance services, you're looking at things like, as he said, some of you guys, maybe companies were registered some time ago, and then you failed maybe to do annual returns and all of that. So when you fail to do that, companies got deregistered. When they got deregistered, most of you guys could be operating, but not having a company. Still operating at with the name, state your companies, that's the thing. So that you kind of like operate with a valid company. Beneficial ownership is that you need to prove that the company that you have, you own it. There's that. And there's, I think basically you need to do annual returns so that you can do tax. You can be able to do the tax, file for tax and get your tax pen. So those things you have to do. So I help basically with those services at the office of the satellite office. Then what I typically do, leads generation. In my dealing with the small businesses, I've realized that basically the primary need of most small businesses, they want money. They want money, they don't have money. It's money in terms of resources to be able to run their businesses, grow their businesses and all of that. So the primary need of small business is fundraising, all right? But in my experience when helping them, which starts with maybe a business plan and all of that, but in my experience, the immediate process for applying for funding is actually doing a business plan and all of that, right? But right thereafter, the process, there's a hiccup to the process, which is compliance. Compliance in the form of, for example, those documents that are needed. Do you have a company? Do you have all of that? But the biggest one, which is a stumbling block for a lot of SMMEs, is actually record keeping. Record keeping in terms of what do you call it, management accounts, as an example. Management accounts, if you haven't been doing your bookkeeping, it will be difficult. It's going to be costly at the time when you apply for funding. Then annual financial statements also are some of the things that are required. So it is prudent that basically as a business, compliance should not only be about the, registration of companies, annual returns and all of that. You should also focus on bookkeeping. It's very, very important. There's that. Then when I did the question there, and in the survey question, it showed that basically the biggest, the top need, secondary ranking need is compliance. They ignore us liable through some of the offerings, services that I offer as a business. PASA. So I said SAFA, not SAFPA. So there's two offerings that I offer, right? So the first offer is option one, which starts with consulting, a 1 hour consultation. It's consulting I do business assessment profiling, which is similar to what Mr. Mhlongo was talking about, which is diagnostic, doing a diagnostic analysis on the business to collect as much information as I can for the next process, which is basically doing a basic business plan, which, if you remember of PASA, you will be getting that business for free, right? Which is a basic business plan. Then the second option is basically a consulting fee for. Then there are, right, compliance services like starting with company registration. That is very important. It doesn't matter. You can't do annual returns and all of those things if there's no company to begin with. So there's the company registration, then annual returns, beneficial ownership, which is where you declare that you own the company, PE certificates. Then after that, we have a SARS tax, I help with business permit application, and then COC that's a self-service, that is a self-service, something that you can do by yourself. So all of this, that's a once-off fee that you can pay for it, right? But you can negotiate monthly easy terms where you pay on a monthly basis, maybe for 6 months or 12 months. Then the next one that I mentioned is accounting service to make it business, right? When we train you with regards to how end of every month you submit this fee for a minimal monthly fee for. Then after every 6 months we do management accounts for you, and then at the end of the year we do annual financial statements. So for this, basically, you can pay once off, of which it will be a lot, but we can break it out in monthly easy terms. Then it makes it easy. You see, if we do a business plan for you, it becomes difficult when it comes to applying for funding. As I said, the stumbling blocks are all these things. So now at the end of all this having been done, you subscribe to and whatnot, what happens is that we can now do an advanced customized business plan which speaks to your business, your particular business, how you've been performing and all of that. We do that business plan for free as well. And then we help you with regards to applying for funding at CETFA, and also a partner bank that PASA would have partnered with, possibly. And then, that's for free as well, but with a succession commission fee in terms of raising that funding. Then underwriting is optional. We help with underwriting. I do brokerage as well. Underwriting is optional because although it's important because you need to comply as well. But the thing is that with underwriting is a bit tricky because some underwriters, they got an issue of what called a minimal threshold number of clients that you should get. That's the thing, which makes it difficult and stuff. So there's that. But we help with that for free as well, because anyway we get money from underwriting commission. Then to PASA, we will help PASA with regards to grant fundraising services from the corporate partners, maybe like a bank partner or an insurance company, an underwriter, right? Program that I'm alluding to is one of the vision that has been discussed, right? Of a possible synergistic incubation program that can be implemented in partnership with the bank as a best fit partner and years program, right? Where compliance costs can be synergistically subsidized for the undertakers by the bank and market access can be improved upon by years program. Let me explain what I mean by this. A bank is got or proof of concept. They can come into play to help, right? How this is possible is that the thing is that a bank does have budget For example, ESD budget, enterprise supplier development budget, or enterprise development. So if they spend on small businesses, helping them with compliance and all of that, of which is in their best interest, because getting you guys compliant. One. Number two is that if they teach you with regards to financial literacy, business literacy, and financial literacy, they do have. Then when we talk about YES program, I don't know if you guys are aware, do you know about YES program, the YES program? YES program is a program, I think is a program under the presidency, where basically as businesses, if you're compliant as a small business, you can go to the YES program and apply to get interns allocated to your business, where you can possibly get maybe 3 interns as an example to do sales for you. You don't pay them; they get paid by the YES program, maybe 5,000 per month for over 12 months, right? But let me tell you, come and work right? Now the problem about, you understand. Now the thing is that compliance is a problem where YES will vet to see if you guys qualify to actually employ, to host these students. These interns. So if you haven't been, they're going to ask for your bank statements, they're going to ask for your management accounts, all of those things. If you haven't been performing well, then you might not qualify to get the interns. So there's that. So these are the opportunities that you're missing out on. A case study to show how you guys you can comply and what difference compliance does to your business. We can put this case study to a bank, and then we can request that the bank basically host on your behalf. What is it? HRD, Human Resource Development of a bank, which is also a budget that they have, which speaks to their PE scoring as well, you understand. And then through that partnership, what happens is that these guys can be released after 12 months incubation or something like that. And then they can be released they'll be at the bank, maybe doing call center work or something like that, and then they can be released after 12 months to go actually work for you when they have created that portfolio which sustains their income, their salary, basically going forward. So this is one of the projects that I think could be a project that can benefit basically the funeral industry, right? So in order to make this vision a reality, we need to make a case study, as I said, with at least maybe 25 undertakers getting enrolled to the second option offering above, with the final outcome of successfully applying for funding from CEDFA and a partner bank. This we need to put in action after the event, and I welcome volunteers after the event. And ladies and gentlemen, PASA members, stakeholders, honorable guests, this is my story. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matebula. That is it. Colleagues, we want to have money, we want to be registered, we want to follow up. This is the guy. Before I can say anything, I've said today, go to YouTube and you search mass funeral empowerment event. It is live as we speak. You can tell your friends and say, go quickly go to YouTube. You'll get the powerful statement from the Deputy Minister. Now, now is that time of our last the keynote address. We are now going to be addressed by our mother, our deputy minister. I don't know how many things can I call. When you see the mother, then you see everything, and you know that everything will be done. So you won't go sleep without something in the stomach. Then mother will cook, mother will dish up, and then will give you everything, and the house will be warm. There's no house that is cold when the mother is there. So this house it's warm today because we know that our mother, the deputy minister, is here. Please help me to welcome our mother, Mama Jane Sitole, to the podium. Thank you very much. And you don't stop clapping our hands while she's coming. Thank you.
Salo abamasio abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona upasalo abamasio abazange bambona upasalo abamasio abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona upasalo abamasio abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona abamasio abazange bambona usolelo abamasio abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona abazange bambona.
Yeah, such a warm welcome. Thank you so much. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Uyazi the spirit in this room, ne? They say you haven't had a break today, but it doesn't look like it. You know, I was thinking I'm just gonna run quickly through my speech because you haven't had a chance to have a break. But now the spirit has just given me courage to keep my speech to more than an hour. I'm just I won't do that to you. Yes, but once again, thank you so much for the invitation. I really, really appreciate it. And it is indeed an honor to be amongst you all. This is indeed a moment that is going to shape the funeral industry in our country. It's not only for today. What is happening today, it is just the beginning. And from hearing, ever since I arrived, hearing other speakers speak, it just confirms once again as well one thing, that collaboration is key. You know, this word collaboration always stays with me after I listen to people, and everyone was hitting on collaboration and unity. that, the statement, divided we fall and united we stand, remains. And collaboration remains our biggest asset and something that we can use against our competitors. I think someone spoke about buying in bulk and things like that. Our awesome program director, thank you so much. Leaders and representatives of funeral industry, our agency, SETFA, whom we always appreciate their presence because I'm sure you've shared a lot about what you're doing. Everybody who is here, welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, indeed, I am honored to be addressing you this afternoon. When I first engaged with some of you in Pretoria, it was from a concern that you have that government services often don't include funeral undertakers, and they find themselves struggling to access finance, not only finance, but even other services that government offers. So as government, we have a huge responsibility to make sure that every industry grows, that you are able to scale, because our target is economic growth and employment. Your industry creates employment in communities. There's no doubt about that. And you are within, most of you are within the micro enterprise, which means that you fall within the category that should be assisted to scale your businesses, to start, if you haven't started, to scale it and to make sure that we are tackling the issue of economic growth across our country. So often when people think of the funeral industry, they often think about a service that is provided during some of the most difficult times and difficult moments in people's lives. But what is sometimes overlooked is how the funeral industry is also an important contributor to our economy. I think the economic part often slips through the cracks because we are looking at the support that you are offering us during our difficult times. The fact that you are an economic anchor often is overlooked. And when we talk about small business in South Africa, I mean, the president has said 9 million jobs should come from small businesses by 2030. That is what the NDP says. And in this room is future employers, current employers. Most of you have been employing. And if we don't assist you to scale and employ more, because when we talk about jobs that will be created, they will not be created by government per se. He will be able to stand up on a platform one day to create those jobs. Otherwise, we are still going to stand and say we're unable to actually make a dent on the unemployment. We're unable to make a dent on the economic growth because we continue to regress. Because if small businesses are not succeeding, excuse. Sorry. And all in all, when we talk about small, medium, micro enterprises, if they don't succeed in this country, there will be no economic growth. Believe me, we can talk until sunrise and sunset. If small businesses are not making it, the economy of this country will not go forward. Because that is the only place where there is growth. That's the only place where entrepreneurship is the only way that is going to assist the economy to actually move forward. After we had our discussion, there's most of the things that I took back as well, and also finding myself also learning more about your industry, because it's not only about just talking to you. It's also understanding the obstacles that are standing in your way so that solutions can be put on the table with understanding. Policies need to be made with the people that it affects, not only us in a room that are often not affected by that policy and then finalizing. I asked them the last time in detail. I find that access to finance, yes, it is important. It is extremely important. But the bureaucracy and the regulations that are there kills more businesses than access to finance. So when you find a situation like that, yes, we can talk about access to finance, and I'm glad that some speakers actually even offered solutions along that line. But the hurdles and hoops that you have to go through, particularly in your municipalities, it is too much for small, medium, micro enterprises. And some of it, even, you feel like being treated like a big corporation, because some of the things you can't even do yourself. You have to hire a consultant to comply with your UIF, to comply with other things that you need to comply with. Particularly the bylaws that are in our municipalities that are often standing in the way of you progressing. I think it was the lady who was speaking about a funeral, her funeral undertaking. She said, she was talking about timelines. She said, waiting period is 3 months for this. Waiting period for this is 6 months. How come that in government, in our municipalities, there are no timelines? Why don't you know when that building plan will be approved? How come that you don't know when that license will be issued? How come that you have to go 10 times to get one thing? There are no timelines. There are no accountability. Municipal managers and officials just go on with their lives, and you go again and again because there are no timelines. It could take you 2 years, it could take you 3 years, it could take you 4 years just to get that one document that you need from the municipality. And that has to come to an end, because that is killing more businesses than them not having access to finance. If someone is waiting, if you are waiting, for people in this room, every day is game day. There's no Monday, there's no Wednesday, there's no Sunday. So waiting and waiting for a municipal official to give you that document that is not coming. And you go again and again and again, and now you don't even understand it. Then sometimes they even ask you to start over again. Or things expire, your documents expire in their inbox. And they say, oh, but this document expired, resubmit it again. For as long as we don't deal with that root cause at that level, we are going to find ourselves coming and talking every year and nothing happening. When we have a red tape reduction portal where you as a service provider can report the bottlenecks that you are experiencing, and that monitor is public, that is when we're going to start holding them accountable. When we're going to hold them accountable to say, how come a service provider hasn't been paid within 30 days? It is law in this country. How come that is not enforced? The president addressed us last night about that the problem, it's actually not the people that we think they are the problem. The problem is the enforcement of our laws in this country. So if something is already law, that says a service provider must be paid within 30 days. How come there's no consequences if I don't? How come there's no consequences if I spend a year not having paid a service provider? How come that no one holds me accountable that we don't need more laws? We need more. We are not going to go anywhere. We can bring that application in that drawer for able to tackle the problem. And that is an area that I've taken to heart, and it is my daily life and my daily mantra. Because if we don't do it, no one is going to do it for the small businesses. We're going to keep on talking about all the good laws that we have in this country, but because we can't enforce them, we can't hold people accountable, it will always look like the only problem is access to finance, and the only problem is access to markets or access. The problem is deeper. I have seen it. I have seen how people get discouraged along the way and shut down their businesses because they've been begging the municipality for that one document. I've seen how where they shouldn't even be going there, not because they don't qualify our system. You know, anything that involves a human being runs the risk of it being manipulated. If documents are still going in people's hands and in people's drawers and in people's tables and with a portal that shows from local, provincial, national, we mean a portal that will tell you what is going on. Something that will tell you why this is not happening. Why haven't you quite? And this is where the bottleneck is. And this is where I need to improve. This is where I need, not for you to not know whether you're going or coming. And then after 2 years when you inquire, nobody now even knows where's your application because it's been so long. If we don't tackle these issues directly, and we can only do them not through another law, not through another act, we can only do them by acting. It needs the political will to reinforce and say, this is law in this country. If it doesn't happen, you know now, as we had last. So the law has been there with politicians and as political. We have simply because we did not enforce the laws that were there to protect South Africans. We let go of those laws and felt like, the people don't need to be punished for this and people don't need to be punished for this. And that opened the room for everything that we are seeing now. So my job, my plea, my everyday is to say there is no way that there is law. Every day I ask, there is no way that this is law. And people just ignore it and get away with it. How? How is that possible? I've signed up to work for government. How come that I'm just ignoring that law and nobody says anything and my life goes on while it doesn't affect me? Because indeed it doesn't affect me. You get your salary every month. It's unlikely to affect you. But what about the livelihoods that you are affecting by your actions of not doing simple things that you signed up for? We need to deal with timelines. We need to hold people accountable. We need to make sure that they know that there will be punishment for that. If you are not doing what you're supposed to do by law, then why are you there? Why are you there saying you are there to help small businesses while you are suffocating them? If you are not there to follow the laws of this country, as we said, those that are legal and are following the law in this country, all South Africans are saying, no, those are welcome, which means that South Africans are law-abiding citizens. But why is it that when they come to our offices, they work with unlawful officials that do what they want, when they feel like doing it, and not even caring if that business is succeeding or not? And when that comes to an end, when we end that, when we hold one or two accountable and we punish them and we put them through processes, and unfortunately of that, someone cannot see the effect of their actions. I've already spoken about collaboration, but I just want to touch on it again. You know, most of the time, especially now that we're dealing with this turmoil situation in our country, I think someone mentioned it, that where they came to beat our South African retailers and spaza shops is that they've got this bulk buying. They've got this, I believe they've even established their banking system in South Africa where they are moving their own money within or amongst themselves. And that's how they managed to overtake us. And actually, quickly, they are owning many of our spaces, or many of the spaces in South Africa. And we must always remember that we're talking about people that are undocumented, because most people that are documented, that have brought real skills, real businesses, they are not involved in those because they don't need to. But those ones have even established their own. But how? And now, yes, we're in a crisis mode. This is really like, they are basically sure that, I always say, another group that makes sure that they support one another in terms of that collaboration is the Indian people. Even when you go to India, you can go to this shop and say, I just need earrings. He's going to take you to a shop. Like my sister, those. So with us, there's this thing of like, yes, competition must be there. Competition is meant to be there. But we realize as well that we achieve more when we collaborate than when we compete. Competition, it will be there. We are not saying take it away, but there are times where you will achieve more when you collaborate than when you compete. And collaborate than when you compete. And even if I'm selling oranges here and someone comes and says they are looking for apples, instead of me showing them that the one that sells apples is around the corner, I'm just like, no, I'm only selling oranges. So you can go back because no apples here. But the success of another is the success of us. And it's the success of the economy. And when the economy grows, it might even mean that the demand for your oranges increase because the economy is growing. And I think we've gotten the message in terms of collaborating. I liked the Lengau services, and when he was talking, I realized that most of us are feeling like, maybe we don't deserve that. Do I deserve everything that he's saying? Could I be going to Qatar? Could I be, and that is another thing that sometimes we become our own weapon formed against ourselves. Because, yes, you can clap, ma, Simply by the way we think, simply by the way we structured our thoughts, the day that I learned the phrase, when you pray to God and say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, just be careful that you are not the weapon formed against yourself. Standing in your way of prospering, because in my mind, as he's talking, there's things going through my mind, and I can feel that, why am I doubting this? Why am I thinking like this? It's not the way you're supposed to think. When an opportunity comes, don't close your mind. Don't close, at least give it a chance. Look at it, analyze it, and by the time you say, okay, maybe not for me, at least you have looked at it. But we close ourselves so much that, we're not even giving it a chance to look at it. And I think I'm talking about opportunities in general that we might have missed. Because even us, sometimes as funeral undertakers, because we know how government treats us, most of us don't try to access what is available. Because we are already knowing, government is just going to put us down. They will not consider us, and then we haven't tried. And because we haven't tried, then we never know. If I would have been able to access those assets that I need in my parlor, or if I would have accessed Imbali for her because I'm a female-owned one, or if I would have accessed, the youth entrepreneurship, whatever that you would have accessed. So I think, again, being open-minded, the fact that you are running your own business, I always say, that is the toughest thing that one could ever choose. And that shows the grit. That shows that, you're open-minded already. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. And I think we understand the fact that we need to be open-minded in many instances and many situations, so that while we are seeking other solutions, they always say, as much as you look at multiple streams of income as well, you also look at multiple streams of solutions as well, and saying, somewhere, somehow, something will give in and something will happen. Every unnecessary form, every avoidable delay, every duplicated requirement, and every bureaucratic obstacle carries a cost. For large firms and corporations, this cost may be manageable, but for small businesses, they can mean the difference between survival and closure. And we need to understand that. And that is why enforcement for me stands at the top of the agenda, because these laws are already there. These things that we are talking about are already there. We don't need to go create new ones. We just need to enforce and make sure that people are held accountable. I already said barriers kill more businesses than lack of funding ever will. Let's make it our goal to remove these barriers. Let's identify a barrier and zoom in and remove it. Not negotiate it, not have another process to remove it, not create another task force to remove it. Let's remove them. They are slowing down the economy of this country. The more barriers small businesses experience, the more the economy of this country will continue to regress. And if we are serious about what we are saying when we are making speeches about small businesses being the engine of our economy and that this economy cannot grow without them, then it means that action is required from us, not just talks, not just speeches, not just action is required from government. The conversation about the funeral industry is not only about identifying challenges. As I said, I met with some of you and we've thrashed the challenges. And that is why when I went back and I looked, I said, we also need to look at the solutions. And the solutions, yes, indeed, they are going to require that we work together, but the solutions are going to require that we are practical. If something is standing on the way of your industry to move or to do something, we need to tackle it head on and we need to remove it. If we are going to be impractical and still establish other laws to deal with the laws that we have, because sometimes we say, now we need another regime to deal with the current, but when you look in the system, you're like, but all municipalities already have this law and this law and this law and this law. It's just not enforced. It's just not enforced because no one is holding anyone accountable. And where they need to review those bylaws, they also need to do that, because you cannot talk about something and not act on it while you see that it's causing a problem. Industry associations like yourselves must continue to organize as well, advocate and provide constructive proposals as well, as like the day that I met with you the other day. It was really very, very constructive, where the proposals that are on the table are practical and they are implementable, which means that as I will continue to be your voice, I will continue, indeed, I'm gonna walk this journey with you as we continue to make sure that at the end of the day, the funeral industry thrives in South Africa. It offers a service when we need it as families, as communities, but we also see it as an economic anchor of this country. And we see it as an industry that will take our economy forward and particularly create jobs. If we talk about inclusive economy, we need to make sure that indeed we don't leave anyone behind. We want South Africa where access to opportunity is not determined by one's ability to navigate these challenges that we've put on the way. As government, we should make it easy for you, not harder. Because when we make it harder, it is the results is what we see. Most people start and then 2-3 years you wonder, where are they? And when you find out that they had to close down, when you find out the reasons and you realize that government contributed to that, it's not a good feeling. We need to make sure that we make it easy. And your success matters, your voices matter, and what you're going through, the challenges that you have are real. So together, let us continue working towards a business environment that removes unnecessary barriers, unlocks entrepreneurial potential, and enables funeral businesses to thrive. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Minister. I like when she said we must hold them accountable. And we also have to be accountable, not holding the government or the department accountable, and we are not being accountable. So the accountability, it comes in all ways. So I get to break while Minister is in the house. So my humble apologies. And now let me give the opportunity to our last speaker, which is the chairperson, to thank everyone and thank the Deputy Minister, and also I just want to wrap up everything that he have to do, and also to hand over the gift as a thanksgiving or a way of saying thank you for Minister to come when we ask her to come. And once again, you've seen most Unaziga, who's that? The Home Affairs ran away, they didn't come, then it means something. It means we don't have people that have to work for us. When we challenge them and ask them to come to the conference, they don't come because they don't want to account on their mistakes that they're doing. So that is the proof. We got a proof today that we ask every stakeholder to be here, but only one that is not here, Home Affairs. And the very one that is problematic, Home Affairs, is the one that ran away from being here. But then deal with it at a time. And that is the department that was. And thank you very much, Chairperson. Over to you. Can you sing one last one? Can you sing one last one to accommodate to Chairperson? And after that, we'll be going for lunch. I would like us to sit down, please, and finish up. We're about to finish. Just 2 minutes to finish.
Zongizizwe sisondelene bonga bantu mabasondelene zongizizwe
Let me ask the Honorable Deputy Minister to come and
Songizizwe sisondelene bonga bantu basondelene Songizizwe sisondelene bonga bantu basondelene Sondelene, si sondelene, si sondelene.
From the executive of PASA and the organizers of the event, we know that this is not that special, but we felt that that's for the token of appreciation and give you this something that will make you to remind us, even when you put it there, that you were once in the Western Cape, met with the funeral industry, and then at least even your kids at home will be able to ask you, where did you get this, mom? Yes. Thank you very much for coming.
So much. Thank you so much.
I'm tasked to give a vote of thanks, which is a very difficult assignment that has been given to me. But let me start by thanking everyone for your patience, for taking time and stop and close your businesses and come here and sit here for the whole day and listening to the speech. We hope that we have managed to give you something that you can be able to take home. We hope that we did not waste your time by inviting you to come here. And we also hope that everything that has been said here in this platform today, it's something that you will make use of, and it's something that you will be able to use and be able to change your life as well as your business. I want to thank you, Minister, for really for availing yourself. It's not always easy to get a person from the department, especially from the executive, to come to this type of events. As we said earlier on, that our aim and our objective is to pilot project and be an example in the entire country. Be with us. And the words, the kind words that you have managed to give to us today will make us very strong, and I'm sure we'll go far. And we also know very well that from now on we'll be able to liaise with your department on all challenges that we will be experiencing. Not only about, we have managed to get all of the stakeholders that we wanted to be here, except one as the MC. What are the challenges of this department? We have been communicating with them for the past 3 weeks. At first, we wanted to get somebody from national office. But now, my leaders from the other association will know, when you are engaging the national office deputy minister, you kind of feel that you are talking to people who does not have a clue of what is happening in this department. It's even worse now when you are raising issues about Western Cape or other provinces. As these associations, these 3 associations that are here, we even went as far as going straight to Pretoria and go, and up until today, there's never been a response from that department on the issues that we have raised with them. A registration of undertakers is a responsibility of the Department of Home Affairs. Now, they just take whatever information that we have forwarded to Home Affairs and make use of that information so that you are able to make business. But now that's where the problem is. You forward everything to them and they disappear. And they are nowhere to be found. Now you have got the city that says, I am not going to be able to help you because we have not completed the process of registering your company. And yet the owners are not with me, they are not even with the city. And what do we do? Now what we did here, last month we had the meeting with Home Affairs as these associations. In that meeting, they've only sent managers from the local offices. Yes, we invited them to be there, but we expected for them to send somebody from the provincial office who will be. Now, myself and the secretary of Kapuf, we tried to do a follow-up almost every week. Only to be told in our last meeting that the person who has been in charge of that office is no longer there. He has taken a retirement. It's a new person. I've been communicating with, even mentioned that rather send me the guy who is responsible for the training of undertakers. At least that guy is able to understand the challenges that we have than to take any person from their staff. But today, none of them has appeared in this gathering. So we would want to apologize for that because we know very well that we had a number together as associations again, and then we'll do a follow-up on this thing. If it means that we must go and again back to that office, but we appeal to the Deputy Minister, if possible, to do a follow-up on this issue, that we have met with the undertakers in the Western Cape, and some of the issues that they are challenging is that your office is not doing enough in terms of servicing those people here. We don't want to sing the song like any other person that says that the Department of Home Affairs is failing the entire country, but we are a typical example as this industry. I want to thank the associations that managed to be here, not only the leadership, but they were able to mobilize their members as well. Yes, the agenda was tailor-made in such a way that it will benefit all of us, not only members of organizing those, and transfer it to this other association whenever you have got a session. One association will not be able to make the changes that we want in this industry. And we've been advocating that not only one association, by the institutions like bank and the suppliers and everyone else. But when we are divided for coming, we have as undertakers, we, as Minister have just mentioned here, we don't want to act or try when something has been mentioned to us. We will say, it's the same thing that was said yesterday. In fact, some of them were even saying they are only trying to. So hence we are looking at your door. We will make sure that at least we are going to make an example of the program by Tsepiso, so that somebody who's sitting at home must be able to see this train. So thank you very much for that. Very, very good. I do want to be in Qatar one day. I do want to be minister to say, try it. They've got also places where they can take you through. It's a pity that you should have came with the person who from Cape Town who has got a new car and that person be here. Because some of them, but Tsepiso Bro, I undertakers groups, and I was looking for someone to develop a business plan for things. Behind the doors, I must confess now, he is the engine in order to make them success. We tried PASA, Pretoria guys. up until we met him, and then and we were there for SIDA. He has got his own job. But when you ask him to do something, but you must, I can phone you even at 12 o'clock at people that are here. And then he was just, keep up the very good job that you are doing. Now he has put some offers here. I just hope you have managed this event. So you will not get hold of me. So there is a lot that he has made, and the funding proposal. Those are very, very important documents to get them, that option. Thank you very much. Assist those poor people to the people who have given us some items, yeah. Thank you so much, and those who are supplying us with the sound and the presentations. Very good presentations were given to us here by the underwriters and by the coffin suppliers. Some of them, we are going to have a meeting. We've got the federation here to join. We need to find a way of tuning it, because we feel at some point that as undertakers we are being used as field workers, recruiting people and just feeding to you, and then you run away. And then when things become hard, you just disappear easily. We even wanted to call these associations that is supposed to be controlling the financial institutions. Thank you very much for mentioning that, Minister, that this is difficult for us. It is control. So mine was just to say thank you very much for your time, and we hope that when you are being called by someone else tomorrow, you will also do the same. Thank you so much.
Go to lunch. Outside the business. Thank you very much for the vote of thanks. I'm saying thank you for the vote of thanks. It will thank you. But so, okay. Now is the time for us to go.